real.
Using your money. That's crazy.
That's the worst thing you can do.
That was when I was like, oh yeah, it's dead forever.
That is actually insane.
For the dog nigga experiencing life with my car.
Yeah, he was.
Exactly.
Man, these other niggas in LA one time, somehow, you know, they cracked my shit up. Maybe at that time might have been really my fault. I might have like dropped it. Got pickpocketed or something like that. And so they was running around with my Amex card, and eventually they got caught on camera in like, you know, what was that? That's like Barney's.
Oh, they was trying
back
to.
when Barney,
They was trying to do it.
They was running it up on my.
Barney's soon.
It's LA, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas gotta impress a different kind of hoes. So they did that.
I remember,
And they was in Barney's on camera. The man had 4 bags, 2 in each hand, and he just smiling.
Having a grand
For
old
the
time.
cam is crazy.
That's crazy.
I
That's a different type of
understand.
time.
Bro, I understand if you cracking cars, you gonna get some some fire, like some clothes. Like we was in high school, Matt had told me about this story of like some kids cracking
They
cars.
was trying to
They
teach
was
it.
and he cracked the car, and I'm like, yeah, he gonna get like a nice ass like coat, some shit. He got this thing called magic soap. And basically what it
money
is,
soap,
it's
gang.
money soap. And basically what it is you let the soap, you put it in water, and you get like, it can be like $100 bill to like a band or something, whatever it is.
Look, them niggas is
I
in
don't
my.
know
It was like a pebble
bro.
most of the time.
Bro,
Bro, you know
No,
nothing.
there was niggas in my high school cracking cars and shit. They always hit you with the, bro, you give me 100, I'll turn that to
Turn that
1,000
bitch
real
1,000.
quick. I
Bro.
got one time. It was,
Nigga gave him up.
bro, I really thought the thing was.
Yeah.
He was like, damn.
Yeah.
It was like, want to make 5 racks.
Oh, bro, he done planned out
shit
Christmas
still on
and shit.
Oh my
That
god.
nigga ain't never
We
hit
gotta do the
back.
fit check.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta do the fit
never
check.
it is
back.
the Christmas episode.
Yes,
So
man. Hey, Christmas,
I'll hit a
man.
whole. I'll hit a whole.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays, all
Happy-
that stuff.
Happy festivities.
Okay, we're gonna get
EV.
into the real intro stuff, and then we'll
Yep.
get going. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the holiday special of the Jam. It's JJ, AB Allen, Matt, the way it always is. But
The way it always. Hold on. It ain't
every
the
time
way
I
it
say
always
but, you
is.
know that there's someone special on the couch.
Yeah.
We have a special guest for this
Special guest.
episode.
Let's hear it, gang.
A multi-platinum, Grammy-nominated artist, Chicago legend, done been, as we say, around the world and back to the go.
Back to go.
Please welcome to the couch this lovely holiday season, Vic Mensa.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
y'all. Hey,
Thank you
man.
for coming
Thank y'all
through.
for having me.
Finally,
No problem. No
Man,
problem.
this has
Straight
been
up,
like
man.
years
Years
in
in
the
the
making.
Years in the making, yeah.
I know. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. And before we even start, man, I just want to say how much I appreciate what y'all doing. And like,
Thank you, bro.
I'm proud of what you're doing as a
Appreciate that.
son of the city. You know what I'm saying? Like to see you representing your generation, but also all of us with fearless intellect, information, you know what I mean, attitude, style,
Yes, sir.
all at once. Because I think many people wave their finger at your generation and be like, you know, as they always do, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I
certain
can't tell you the
man.
amount of times people, this nigga too young. You don't know
what
what
I'm
he's
saying?
talking
But
about.
the
I'm like,
thing is, man, one generation past y'all, I peep that like, no, y'all generation and you guys being like peak forefront of that, like y'all generation are very radicalized, super
Yeah.
informed.
Yes, sir.
You actually know how to discern between truth and fiction. You know what I'm saying? And like actually to a more detailed degree than people older than you do because of growing up in the motherfucking internet. You know what I mean? And like y'all ain't nothing to be played with, man. Motherfuckers be trying to act like Gen Z.
real.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate
man.
that.
It's so
Word.
crazy to hear that, like, obviously.
Coming from Vic
And
Mensa. That is like, that's like crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Growing-
like,
especially growing up out here.
They gonna
bro.
really think we getting paid.
Oh, no. Yeah, they gonna think we get paid. Nah. OG.
but enough about us. You know, you're gonna hear a lot about us over the coming episode we got special, but it's mainly for you. We definitely appreciate all the
Yes.
stuff that you've been doing as well, and we wanted to take the opportunity to ask you about all types of stuff.
Sersky.
We hope everything been going well. We hope y'all go on to enjoy this episode. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Hold on,
Where can they
bro.
find
Wait
us?
a minute.
Wait,
Alan.
Hold on.
Where
You
can
gotta
they
tell
find
him
us,
every
Bro,
week.
I'm not finna tell y'all. We got Vic Mensa on.
Come on.
Y'all gotta
Bro,
share
y'all
this
gotta
video.
share this
You have
video.
to.
But y'all can find us on Prime, Acast, Spotify,
Yes, sir.
YouTube,
Yes, sir.
TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Help me.
We was not ready.
Podcast.
Podcast,
Yes, sir.
okay.
iHeart. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Patreon.
Twitter.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Where's my camera?
It's the right here, right here.
Patreon.com/thejaampodcast. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Who uploading y'all shit to everywhere? When I talk to them,
Shout out my nigga.
That's a product of growing up on the internet. You kind of you master the art of having a billion different accounts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you know, we got a lot of festivities going on just generally in the world. Happy holidays to everyone who's celebrating all types of stuff. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, all types of stuff. But the festivities that we usually do on the Jam have to do with a fit check.
With that, you know what I mean?
Let's begin with that first and foremost. So
That shit do.
let's go in. I think we should like get
Yeah, let's start. Yes, first. Yes, first.
I gotta say, yeah, I'm in the
you can go
uniform, man.
from the boots up or down, whatever you.
I'm in a uniform, man. This just an everyday uniform for years, man. He's like some old Harley leather pants, black t-shirt,
Yes, sir.
boots.
That's
Got
the
rings.
Those
Docs in the ring. He's
Yeah.
saying rings. Look at that ring. That ring is crazy.
That's hard, bro.
Mean ass,
I
right?
fuck with the rings. That's tough.
Hell
I
yeah.
never cut on the shirt. Now I'm saying we
That's
take
fire.
pride in the fits.
In the fit, you
sir.
know what I mean? JJ, what you got on?
Going jam
gang?
format.
You know what I'm saying? You know, something slight with the sixes on. Know what I'm saying? And you got the jeans, you know, kind of panel jeans. Subi jacket.
That's veil jeans.
Yeah, these are veil.
Yeah.
Subi jeans, you know, on the wait a second.
Subi jean jacket with the
Royalty.
You know,
$1 million. $1 million on the wrist.
One of the A's.
One of the A's go,
One of
man.
these, alright, I go, got the ice cream shirt, you know what I'm saying? Got the little chain on,
You know
ice
what I
cream with the pant, you know what I'm saying?
That's so cute.
Nigga said it's so cute.
You gotta hype up the
Nigga, man, we just laughing. We just
You know, man.
Got the premium 11s
Damn
on the
hard.
Z, you know what I'm
them
saying?
hard with
Suede.
the lace is hard.
You feel me? That's about it, you know what I'm saying? With the
Alan, what you got on, gang? Mr. Soho.
Preem.
He was
dunks
fresh
on.
as hell.
Premium.
Yes, every
got
time.
Got the little veil jeans.
Veil on the jeans.
Big Soho.
Yeah,
So-
unreleased, you can't even get that.
Soho.
That ain't even
Unreleased
released
Soho.
yet. That's unreleased.
Too unreleased. You can't even. If you want to know when it's coming, you got to follow along. Absolutely.
What you got on the
Wait.
head top,
I was gonna say,
though?
what's on the head top,
Got
though?
the
That's the.
braids.
Oh my God.
He brought back out the Dominican Alan. Yeah.
I ain't no black.
I was saying, look, I was saying, I'm like, Alan ain't had his braids done since we had like 20K on Instagram or on
Damn.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's been a
Meaning
while. It's been a minute.
60,000 people ain't seen him with the braids. And shit.
Y'all know how it is with braids, bro. It's
Special day,
painful
special
getting
day.
it done constantly. I just had to take a break. That shit-
Man,
Real.
I missed the times where I got the braids, but yeah, they was very painful.
Yeah, one of them ones.
Last but
one
certainly not least.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Got the Tyler the Creator. You know what I'm saying? I got the
Shout
little
out,
flares on. Had to
that
get the
mean.
green pair. You feel me?
That's hard.
Got the black on. You matter on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Meech. I got the what is this? Oh, this minimal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the crop minimal tee.
What is this?
Got the Santa hat on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
spent
sir.
$70. Hey, bro, I spent $70 on everybody's Santa
Yeah,
hat.
I'm not
man.
gonna lie. I got
You at least gotta like show the camera once, and then you can put it down.
You just gotta rock them hoes. Oh, I got one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I had to get you
All right,
right.
the Muslims finna be like, what's going on, kid? Man, I kid. You know I love you on there with them young brothers, man. But what's going on with the pagan holidays? I see it coming.
Oh God.
Celebrating white man breaking in your house.
White man.
What's going on?
I see it in my near future.
White man breaking in your house, leaving surprises and shit.
You know
Hold
what I
on.
mean?
But like, let's get further into everything. So
sir.
let's begin.
Oh, do we need the you know what I mean?
It
Oh,
wouldn't
that's in the
be
middle.
the episode.
That's in the middle.
It wouldn't be the
In the
episode. I was
middle
gonna
of
say the
FBA.
hat is not as important.
In the middle of
as-
FVA?
Yeah.
Okay,
in the
we
middle
do
of
it.
FBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah. You know we had to get it with the FVA.
No.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Get that red thing out your. Yep. No.
Oh, yeah,
just-
right.
Yeah. Bet.
Damn,
Cool.
that nigga Abel fell.
Shout out my nigga Abel.
Shout out my nigga Abel.
Selling his catalog and shit.
for $1 billion.
For $1 billion.
Billion?
Crazy. Yes.
Billion.
$1 billion.
Damn.
Still own it too, and he got all creative
still-
things on
He
it.
still on
He still own it.
Yeah, he still own it.
He still
They
got
just
ownership.
get to partner with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For $1 billion.
They gave
Partner
him
for
$1
$1
billion.
billion.
Oh my God.
God damn.
And it was only
we
from
gonna
the-
talk
it was
a little
only
bit
from the start to, like,
about that.
Yeah, we gonna
You
talk
said what?
about that.
It was only from the start of his career to like 2025.
Yeah.
And I think like the rest is
He's straight, yeah.
Damn,
Fire.
that's crazy. He about to
Like,
drop
crazy.
crazy
He
there.
got a bag. That's on some like Frank Ocean type shit. A little bit.
But we have a government agency.
Yep.
There's been a lot of talks about government agencies this year.
Niggas just making shit up.
So we figured,
Yeah.
let's do something useful.
Yep. So
Make some shit up.
I own this company because everybody making shit up called the FBA, Federal Bureau of AB. You know what I'm saying? The goal of it is just to look into your life, see who you are, man.
See what the life is.
So one thing that I noticed is that number one, you've developed as a person. Appreciate that. You developed as an artist. Appreciate that. There's one thing that hasn't changed. The orange.
The orange.
Still fucking with the orange. Talking about the orange.
Talk about it.
Damn.
We ain't got a tree.
Some oranges,
It
gang.
would not
ain't have a
be
tree.
the Vic Mensa episode unless we
Pass
had
it
it
down,
all
gang.
Orange.
We
Yeah.
have
Gotta
to
get an
come
orange.
back
Gotta have an
these
orange.
days.
Y'all
gang.
definitely got to come through. Man.
Gotta get an
see,
orange, man. You ain't gotta eat. I don't know how that's gonna be, but
What? Can I ask what's going on in this picture?
Man, that's the
This
Orange
is-
Soda music
Yep.
video, man.
Bro, I
First
went
song
back and
from
listened to that
Internet
shit.
Tape. Yeah. First song I put out from Internet Tape. And it's really like the record that kind of like first took me around the world in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like it was first broke on radio by Simtex in London. But shot the video here. That was when we had just moved out our parents' house, like
Fire.
fresh out of high school.
Wow.
First crib we had. And just like a very pure creative time. Like as you can see, I was tweaking like a motherfucker. Fully on drugs. Like that whole thing was mushrooms. You know what I mean? I love mushrooms. And I really loved mushrooms at that time. And that's why I called it the Internet Tape. Was because one day I was on mushrooms and I convinced myself I was the internet.
That's crazy.
no, you know what's funny? I was
thing
looking
is-
at it last night and I was like, I wonder why he named it Internet Tape.
Literally,
There it is.
It was the most profound thing ever to me. I was like, I'm interconnected to all things at once. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say you technically not wrong. Like
not
in a
wrong,
sense,
though.
I feel like it's
Consciousness
it's
is
just
kind
fitting.
of similar to the internet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
If we all
If
connected in
it's
some way.
infinite as we think it is, like, and solar systems are infinite as we think they are, then it's like, the internet is kind of like a representation of human consciousness.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is. It's
That's a
like
fact.
it's funny. I was watching a random video the other day about like the beginnings of the internet and all the shit. The concept of everything being like so interconnected at the same time, knowing what everyone's doing. I'm starting to feel that.
No, real. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That was so clean. I was like, oh shit, this nigga on that. He got to really peeling that motherfucker. while he was-
Consciousness in between the mind and shit. While I'm feeling
I was like, oh, I gotta lock in.
I was more like saying on top of that, it's just crazy considering like everything coming full circle, obviously with the internet, the moves you've been making, the education and everything. It's like, I'll be seeing you all the time. So, I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'll be like, bro, he is the internet. So, I mean, that's in a way ahead of your time, but I also see.
even in a way, how to like internet in terms of like, how like neurons fire off in your brain, like as a human, like the internet is that exact same way. As soon as something touches the internet, it catches on fire.
Catches
Like
on fire, goes
I can
crazy.
understand that, like for real. And I ain't gonna lie, the Jaam wouldn't be here without the Za. So like that consciousness sometimes open your mind for real, like real shit. Like
these niggas sat down and was like, I ain't gonna lie, start a podcast. And I was like, these niggas, they're like, they sit down and they do hours and hours of conversation. I remember one time we was at our OG crib and we sat down. We had like a conversation from like 7 p.m. to like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Talking about shit.
That was
Talk
right
about
before we
everything.
moved
Right
out
before
from
we
the burbs
moved.
to the city.
Yeah,
we were
that's
just
why
sitting down
that's super
just talking.
That's super cool to see. Maybe like one of these days we'll look back at like our earlier episodes and be like, hopefully. I don't think that they'll age too poorly though, because we try to put our best into it.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I also feel like y'all like really honed a lot before you even started the podcast, you know? Like honed a lot of communication skill. You know?
Yeah. I feel like that's definitely like I was talking about how the other day I feel like we should, like I hear the arguments about phones and everything, but I feel like what's missing is a lot of like internet literacy. It's something that's come like second nature, I feel like, to us just because, you know, our generation. But I want to get into, because even, you know, us all being from Chicago, the idea for this started in Chicago and started just from our own mind. So I kind of want to get into Chicago talk with you, obviously South Side. How do you think, like, coming from here? Because I'm not gonna lie, I knew, and people always talk up their city, but I feel like I didn't really realize until A, I got older, and B, I started getting more involved in like listening to music, diving into a bunch of different culture, like seeing how crazy the talent out of Chicago is. So like I want to kind of begin with that early stage. You and Vic, I mean you and Chance, obviously.
Especially because you was growing up like in it. Like we talked about like
Chance was in that orange soda video too.
And what was the club? It was Save Money, and then what was the other one? The other band that was like
groups at that time. My band before Save Money was called Kids These Days.
Kids These Days. Kids These Days. I was reading up on that. Like, talk to me about that. Growing up in like, that's like, I don't want to say what kind of renaissance, because you got everybody was coming up at that time. And
y'all was teaching
each other.
And Kids These Days was kind of like a really central piece of that entire movement. I think it really solidified the live music aspect of it a lot. You know, like Peter Cottontail doesn't come from Kids These Days. He had another band, but a lot of the musicians that were playing in different albums, like from me to Chance to No Name to fucking Saba, Mick Jenkins, like a lot of those musicians, a lot of that shit kind of came from Kids These Days. That musicianship, you know what I'm saying?
I get you,
And so that was a band I was in high school, and bunch of jazz musicians, like rock, funk, soul, rap, very eclectic. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it gave me that just appreciation for musicality, like trying to do something that was authentic, like we were really playing live, you know? Ain't no like nigga just rapping over a backing track with a vocal. There was no backing track. You know what I mean?
Just
like
the beat in you.
It was the band in you. So it's like it's dancing, it's changing. It's not like
you gotta adapt.
It's not like being on a metronome, being on a tempo, but it's also like it's human in another way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, that connection you can build, even like as a viewer, like if you're in the stands, if you're at the show,
that was all it was. It was really all about the show. You know,
coming up, because you had named like Chance, No Name, yourself, Mick Jenkins. Like during that time, like when you were starting off, how did you gain the confidence to kind of go against the grain? Because like I feel like all y'all music was like different than the regular kind of Chicago type of music.
Like hold on, I want to pull that real quick. That song, I didn't even know this was your first single, the Down on My Luck. That is an entirely different, like, especially for Chicago like artists, that is an entirely different aspect that people don't even understand. I saw that, like, how was that? Like influences, like
that was low-key Chicago house music, actually.
It was, exactly.
But I found it through UK garage dance music, really, because I was finna go on tour with this group called Disclosure, and we were looking for something that made sense on that tour. So Stefan, my producer, he spins a lot of house music, so he brought that into the mix. But I really didn't grow up with house music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm African. You know what I mean?
Right. Real. We grew up with Jamaican music.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit was in my house, and house music, I didn't even know about it, for real. Now I love it. I DJ it, but that's Chicago house music. Y'all Jamaican, you said?
Yeah.
I see something. I'm like, I couldn't tell if it was Nigerian or Jamaican.
We are, me and him are Jamaican and Liberian on our dad's side.
Word.
He's
Fire.
Jamaican, African American, and Mexican as well. So, like, it's the whole diaspora. That's why I remember like the music experience being so unique is one of those things that like I feel like it comes through in y'all music too, because I'm definitely a listener of like you Mick Jenkins,
the new album,
his No Name, he was telling me a lot like
nah,
from what I've heard, bro, and I'm about to say it. Like I very much appreciate, and I feel like I've over the last, especially year, become more appreciative of music that I feel like does kind of go against, especially what's become like traditional, like especially within hip hop. Like there's a lot of talk, and I was going to ask you about your perspective on it. The talk about hip hop being dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like hip hop.
Oh, the whole number thing.
Yeah, the whole numbers thing, because people aren't on charts, and I feel like the thing that was super cool, like seeing different artists like y'all, is that like it. Like that, there's kind of that thing that's socially reinforced to not be too different.
Yeah,
especially
there was no
like
box.
when it comes to like your demographic. You see like black man singing or doing anything outside of like what is traditionally associated with like hard rap, or like hip hop, whatever, and you have people who gonna hate, say XYZ. So like, and I feel like we kind of experienced that too growing up, being dissuaded from like doing internet stuff. So I feel like, do you think that like something about artists in Chicago is kind of like, it feels like it's almost forged to be that creative expression? I feel like that's kind of what we tried to display even with this, because it's like there's so many ways you can do a podcast, but like the specific ways in which you do it, I feel like it can only be attained. I mean, I'm shit talking, but like I feel like it can only be really attained the certain like environments that we've kind of like grown up in.
It's the perspective.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I think Chicago gives you.
Yeah.
And what I take the most from it, Chicago is this hot pot of like revolutionary history.
Yeah.
With Chairman Fred, and you know, even the religious context to it, the nation and Malcolm, but then like the actual birthplace of gangbanging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover, Gwendolyn Brooks, literary.
Yeah, it's just so much. Yeah,
It's so much shit that came out of Chicago.
So it's gonna craft brilliant artists because you know you're inspired by Kanye and Common and Lupe teaching you about the world through the lens of somebody that grew up in Chicago, and then outside niggas is like,
yes. Wait, hey, we not affiliated. Please. We not affiliated.
I'm from the bird.
My dad just got out his seat.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, you know, I got this bitch on me.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. But yeah, it's two different worlds,
So
different
I feel
perspectives.
Like you learning so much though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How to navigate it too.
Yeah, man, as a black kid growing up in Chicago, you learning so much. You know what I mean? You got to contend with so much, and you can see so much possibility, but also not the same possibilities as like New York, LA, where you got billboards and actual famous people within like arm's reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still Chicago was to the pavement though. You know what I mean? There's not really that sense of like, the record labels ain't here, the industry ain't here. You know what I mean?
That's
That's
really like
weird.
a pivot
That's
place
weird to
for
me.
it. Like how it goes, like New York, they own fashion. It's not like that with Chicago.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the reason why I asked the question about like the hip hop conversations, because like it's weird. I feel like as somebody who loves music, I'm experiencing this thing where I'm finding so many artists, especially talented artists like from Chicago.
Yeah.
At the same time as people saying like it's dead. But I think it's my theory on it. My theory on it is that same thing where it's like there's not that national appeal intentionally so. Like I feel like there's so many things, even in the narratives that get shaped about like Chicago, violence and everything. I feel like even with that, you miss all the like incredible black art and experience that's happening in that city by like kind of categorizing it. So it's like, it feels like hip hop as an art form is only getting like more creative, more diverse,
evolving.
like shifting, like how it always does.
It always will, yeah.
But like, there's so much that gets overlooked when the conversation is that mainstream, you know.
And there's one thing that I hate as well is when there are conversations of like the best rappers out, and I don't see nobody from Chicago in like the top 3, 4, 5. I'm like, bro, Chicago niggas is
I hate-
laughing around.
I think
most
part of
these
that, though,
niggas,
is-
I
gang.
hate
Look.
when, like, Chicago rap is talked about, and like you said it with like just overall the perception of Chicago. It's like kind of like people be like, oh, take me to the O, when it's like it's like a whole different other side. Like take me to the O. Bro, people say it. Any person from
Oh,
any
we
person
know,
that
yeah.
come out here
For sure,
be
for
like
sure.
that, and it's
Yeah,
like
in this modern
y'all
Shorty
don't even
say
see
that
the other
shit.
side.
For sure.
Are you from 60s or 79 in that sense?
Yeah, the thing with hip hop commercialism being dead, hip hop is counterculture. So hip hop in its true form was never meant to be
the top.
all Billboard. It was not at all supposed to be driven.
No,
by
it was
that.
supposed to be for us.
Now that could be a fantastic like outcome, but that wasn't the point. That wasn't the purpose.
Yeah.
And then you fast forward, they know damn well they've absorbed hip hop into every single genre. So to say hip hop is losing relevance or some,
It's
you know,
ludicrous,
It's dumb
actually.
shit because it's like you really got MAGA niggas over there rapping
doesn't piss
about
you off.
lynching niggas.
Yeah.
You,
Yes.
I was gonna say
niggas,
this.
you got the
rap-
reggaeton is using trap drum. Everybody using trap drums. Everybody
Exactly.
took the drum patterns.
Yeah.
the
Credit card
swag,
commercials are using trap drums.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know that thing.
I just did one. For some reason.
And then in the same breath, people will talk about it not being music. It's like you see that contradiction there. It's,
I think in a way it's also kind of like we talk about anti-intellectualism and shit like that. The way like people will spread some shit like that, like oh, hip hop's dying and hip hop's falling off. One, what are we talking about? This is a music genre. There's always going to be people listening to different music genres. It's always going to be contemporary, so it's always going to be moving, right? The reason why I bring up the intellectualism shit though is because it's like I feel like hip hop Chicago artists in general can't be put in a box, and only dumb, especially when it comes to something as subjective as music, would put a musical genre in a box. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I think it's the shit. It kind of shows the culture though. Like we talk about MAGA niggas too. Like it just shows the culture where everything's shifting as much as it's shifting in the right direction with shit like this, like having these conversations, the way you talk about mental health, the way stuff like that.
thing.
At the same time, it's like it's shifting in other directions on a different
Yeah.
side.
We got niggas from Canada with 2 braids in they shit rapping about shit over here, claiming to be MAGA.
All
even
fucked
go
up.
here,
Niggas just
gang.
confused, bro.
Yeah,
like
just confused as hell.
I want to
Have the nerve to say rap is dying, but you using it.
exactly, and as a kind of like example of the diversity within rap culture and the growth of it, I do want to touch a little bit on the music.
yeah,
Because y'all wanted to talk a little bit about the music. Album just came out. When y'all want to leave,
yes,
because I
No.
want to do it. I don't want to like not do
Drop
justice.
your 6-song project, Sundiata.
Word.
one shout out. Oh god, nigga.
Good as hell.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was the only nigga that was tripping. I'm like, why this
Mad
one good as fuck?
Where the fuck you wait? You got this
Bro,
from
It
your
was so good.
Yeah, I got it from the place. You know
Oh,
the place.
shit,
you know
yeah,
the
the
place.
place.
I didn't want to speak the place.
Can't leave, can't leave.
Look, the place
Can't
only
keep no
got
oranges,
the place
gang.
only got 2 locations. You feel me?
Yeah.
Why
So-
are we saying the place?
The place, yeah.
The place with the
from a
magic
guy,
oranges.
the nigga opened up his fucking trench coat, nigga.
Got the
Nah.
oranges in the trenches.
That's
But
how it's
yeah.
gonna be. We gotta go. to
Sundiata.
Canada.
So you dropped this this project. I remember listening to the first song at the end. You said first it was Mansa Musa. No, it was Mansa Musa. Then first it was Sundiata.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that shit.
Didn't know
like
that.
what is
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
story
can you
behind
explain that for
Sundiata?
people?
Sundiata is the founder of the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa was the most famous emperor whose famed pilgrimage to Mecca destabilized the economy of Egypt. And
Throwing
you
too
know.
much gold around.
Yeah.
stunting too
Nigga
fucking
was
hard.
stunning. Yeah, he was stunning for too
Making it
long.
rain with literal gold bricks, man. And ultimately kind of put West Africa on the map, which then they use that map to
Right.
it's all it's all fate and history. And Sundiata is the emperor, the founder of the Mali Empire. You know what I'm saying? And I named my son Mansa Musa. I'm just super inspired
fire,
by
bro.
Mansa Musa.
That's
So
fire.
the whole world I'm building is like based in that. So Sundiata was kind of just like an arm ramp to it. You know what I mean? And then there's other projects that are in that, in that world.
That's fire.
Like,
Nah, we listened to it. I listened to it yesterday, And I think I was screaming through the crib. I'm telling this nigga, I'm like, yo, I'm like, turn that shit on right now, man. That shit fire.
And I was gonna say the thing that's super like interesting. What were you gonna ask something?
No,
I
continue.
was gonna say the thing that's super interesting to me is about like I haven't seen the ad that you had put out today, or like the video that you put out today with the is it a We brand?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we're
that's
Adam
my weed.
Yeah, I seen it. I was dying laughing.
Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck. Nigga jumped on the table and shit.
But I was like the you even include like some of the history talk about Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like that's super interesting to see in building like the world. I wanted to ask about like that choice because over time it's become more like your presence on social media has obviously grown.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like seeing you and you dropping some sort of knowledge. So I want to like go through because I know that there was like a shift when you were trying to drop this. What was kind of the value in going to, all right, we got to be on the internet. We got to be more visible. Because you've always been somebody that's talking about like,
gun violence, all that.
Right. Yeah, man, I always had a mental, emotional blockage with the internet. You know, I was like, didn't feel capable of being myself on there. I felt like just uncomfortable about it. Didn't want to be on the internet. Didn't want to like read comments or just still I won't read it.
I do
Very much. Get the fuck off.
Bro,
You know,
kill
get
your
the
whole
fuck
night.
off.
You don't even want to be
For
in
sure.
Yeah.
Like 100 niggas could say something great and one person
one-
says
just that one bitch
thing.
That one bitch ass.
One
We
bitch
read
ass.
your comments.
Literally.
Hey, that nigga hat too small.
You looking all in the mirror and shit. Niggas told me in my comments, they told me I needed veneers. I was smiling in the mirror for the next 3 weeks. I was like, man, that shit really.
had you thinking sideways the rest of the day. Oh my God, bro.
I was just kind of like wasn't into the internet. And, you know, then when I was beefing with a bunch of people, it became a sore spot for the internet. You know what I mean? And like, but more recently, I was just like, you know, shit. Things evolve and change when you approach what you're afraid of, you know? And realizing that, like, internet is a brilliant tool, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason why I feel like I'm always talking about some fucking smart shit on the internet is because that's just who I am. Like, that's what I'm usually talking about, you know, in the midst of bullshit and just joking and having fun. It's like I'm always studying though. You know what I mean? My father's a PhD professor, economics. My mom's an educator, both very educated, very worldly, met in Nigeria. Like,
Oh wow.
you know what I mean?
Wow, that's fire.
So Africa's information about Africa, like African history and just like socio-political shit is like my father's just fed me that since I was a kid. My mom and my dad, like just very political people and informed people, you know what I'm saying? So I've always been receiving that information and I feel like I never went to school, but I spent a lot of time just like studying, you know, over the last X amount of years. And it'd be times when I'm like, yo, I'm reading like deep ancient African history, Cheikh Anta Diop, and just like deep shit. And I remember sitting and I'm like, yo,
This nigga.
I've been studying so fucking much for like years. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? I'm just reading books because I journal a lot, you know, so I'm writing.
That's fire.
So I'm writing those things, you know what I mean? But it's like for this eventual book that I'm gonna one day finish. I'm literally sitting there with a brain full of goddamn information. Like,
Hell
yo, what am I gonna
Talk
do?
to me.
That
That's your
information
better-
is very valuable too because there's a lot of people that do come from Africa. Like my dad's from Africa. He ain't tell me shit about there. So it's things that I gotta look up and do some research for myself as well. But like, it's a lot of people out there that need that type of information.
We're gonna get into some of the stuff later because obviously it's just a treasure trove of knowledge when it comes to Africa and African history.
Yeah, I wanted to.
You want to ask about the
I'll ask about that in a second.
Yeah.
But you had said something about like how you couldn't really open up to the internet. How did you like almost like balance your career while like not showing like all of yourself? Like, did you like not like what you were doing?
Yeah,
because
what
you
was the
couldn't
effects
really
of that,
express
too?
Yourself?
You know, I came into music in a time when social media didn't exist.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I started rapping, you didn't have a social media profile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like people didn't have a 24/7 window into you, what you like, what you have for breakfast, like what your workout routine
Get
is
ready
like.
with
Like
me's
a
and
couple
shit.
niggas was ill and they was on their YouTuber shit and they was like, you know what I mean, ahead of the game with that shit. But like content was not the same thing. Obviously we was still making art, you know what I mean? But like but you know, on a deeper level, human beings, we want to be accepted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think I understand that the way that I grew up, the way my background is, that I've never felt fully accepted. You know what I'm saying? And so I think things became a veneer for that. You know what I mean? Like coming into high school, like being tough and being cool was a veneer for that. You know what I mean? And like fighting a lot is a veneer for that. Like coming into wealth, like having a lot of girls, having money, having whatever it is, being on drugs, all a veneer for an internal, like seek for external validation. You know what I'm saying? And I think because of that though, that's also what made me like apprehensive of the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know you're gonna get exposed to like so much
just a
more.
lot.
If you blow up on the internet, then it's like, how you gonna? I feel that because even like with like this, like always growing up, you know, you got your own like motivations for obviously helping people like that. But like I remember around like 16, 17, some like the most dark mental times, it was always like, okay, I just got to get this money, the girls, the drugs, the riches, the all this shit. And social media is the way for me. Like that was my path. Some people, you know, as yours was like artists. I think going into that though, I would talk to them about it all the time. I'm like, damn though, like what if niggas blow up for real though? Like how do you stop those impulses also being famous? Like you could be famous on some music, on some shit like that, but how do you stop those impulses on some like real fame? Everybody, like you could post a video and 10 million people see that.
I
You
see
know what I'm saying?
it like
easy to
viral
kinda-
all the time.
it
Like,
pulls on that, yeah.
attention. Like it's just a very hard thing to like manage. Evidently so. So like that entire game of balancing like a now social media career, because you already got to be somebody in like public.
Yeah, exactly.
So like balancing
And somebody behind closed doors, which is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I feel like that's all evidently like a lot of shit that can go wrong with that. And I feel like there's so many people who kind of like, it's always a game trying to balance how much you allow, how much you don't.
For sure. Yeah, I
always.
mean, you know, but low key, it's interesting though, because it's just like, yo, social media is the standard, it's the arena. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever game you playing, many of them take place in that arena. You know what I'm saying? If you playing a music game, you know, you playing like thought, you know what I'm saying? Like
Educating, all that,
it's all,
Literally,
you know,
it's all
in that
connected,
arena, you know what I mean? And
Do you think you've hit a stride to where it's kind of like you can control it now? Like you can control that, maintaining who you are outside of social media, who you are as an artist, who you are with social media. Like, do you think you have a better gauge on that now?
I have a better gauge on it. I definitely have a better gauge, but I'm still working on it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on not caring so much about what the fuck people say, not caring about numbers. You know what I mean? But just being consistent and like, and being authentic and like really being myself though, it's freeing though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
I feel like we can see it. Like
I know I can
you
I
got
can
your
be
own
my
style.
authentic self. You know what I mean? And combine the worlds that are interesting to me, the shit I care about. You know, and I always felt like people would fuck with that. I just had to figure out how to do it. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
It's always uncomfortable kind of like starting to be yourself, and especially like in the big scene of social media. And like when he was saying like when he was in his dark mental space, to be like, oh, it's real easy to be like, you know, I'm just gonna lock in and get the money. To really like look deep and be like, man, there's something I want, but I don't really know what it is. I can't really discover that.
Whether
So,
it's
like,
acceptance, whether you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, like
I think one of the biggest aspects of kind of like the journey of it all that I seen that I really wanted to talk about was kind of getting into that like trip going to Africa. Mainly first I want to get on the filming side. Because we were talking a little bit about the album. They were telling me so much about these shots because I seen them in the previews.
I don't know who you hired to shoot that video on an iPhone.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Edgar Estevez.
Jesus.
That is like
Can we pull up like just some still shots of it? Because that shit is insane, bro.
that was like that's like that whole shot is crazy.
Like, how are you doing that with an iPhone, gang? That shit is crazy.
I need to know. Like,
I need to get his
Man.
settings or some shit.
I gotta lock in.
Oh, it's like special lenses. It's
Yeah, I was
crazy
gonna say,
AI editing too, though. Like,
True.
you know what I mean? Like, it's
how
I had
many-
peeped that with the stop
it's a-
frame and the high
it's a
like
deep process.
transition. I
Yeah,
saw,
so
like,
we be in there, and like I was kind of learning it at the same time, like how to use some of these different AI tools, Higgs field and others, where you can shoot something beautiful, and then you can like use AI to do a camera movement as if you had a crane.
Oh,
you know,
okay, okay.
Where a crane would be, $50,000. But
Yeah.
you can,
but
like,
you can actually do
but
it
you
on
can
there.
take you shot straight on here and come with another shot from up top, then make them transition into one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw all the elements on it. Like I even saw like the fact that you use like mixed media art, and like that is like a very tedious and hard thing to do because you got to cut out
Yeah, that
each
was
frame,
some guys in,
color
like,
it. It's a hard
Russia,
thing, and then
or
like it matches too with the
Ukraine.
aesthetic.
I don't know. What,
Russia or Ukraine.
Both of them. Fuck it. Both of them.
One trying to even enter that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but I was gonna say, was that filmed all in Senegal? Or
Yeah,
was it
that was all
multiple?
shot in Dakar. Senegal.
Oh, that's crazy. How many African nations have you been to?
Yeah.
Man, I only been to a handful, man. I've been to Ghana, Dakar, South Africa, Ethiopia, and then like Togo and Benin. I touched, I went through, but I didn't spend no time.
Okay. Wow.
To go.
Oh God, we need to go.
Y'all gotta go to Liberia, man. You gotta
Yeah.
family, man.
Actually, genuinely, I've been able to learn like so much more about like bits and pieces of Liberian history just in passing. I remember when we was in Atlanta. We had a. Do you remember the Uber driver we had in Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe
Where was he from?
I think he was.
I think he was from Liberia. I thought. Right?
I don't know if he was
Nah,
from
he wasn't from-
Liberia. I think he might have been from
He
Nigeria.
was geeking that we said we
But
was from Liberia.
He knows
okay.
how hella history. He started telling us about like
He was like, "Y'all
the
gotta
war
learn."
and the military history and everything there. It was,
Man, I want to know more about the history of Liberia. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so the American
yeah,
former slaves,
yeah,
they like shipped them over to Liberia.
yeah. Liberia pretty
Was
much.
that by choice? Did they choose to go there? Or-
Nah, it was like
Nope.
it was like an American. It was basically when they were having the arguments about slavery right before the Civil War. Basically, what it was like people who are like Lincoln, the North, all types of stuff. They didn't necessarily like slavery. They also didn't think that like black people could like integrate into society. So they had the idea
all
of like,
them
what
niggas just shipped
if
him.
what if we
Crazy
sent
as hell.
Africans back to like Africa and they colonized like Liberia and set up like an American style constitution in Liberia that pretty much gave like precedent. It gave like a higher position to people who weren't native Liberians.
These niggas
the
is
America
What if we
Liberians.
poisoned
These
them?
niggas is nuts.
They colonized them with
Fuck all okay. Talk to these
Let's take their
niggas.
flag and kind of make it like, oh,
Look.
it's crazy,
Fuck
bro.
all. Let's
crazy.
talk to these niggas. Let's figure out, you know what I'm saying, where we went wrong, how we can make up. Fuck that. Ship them niggas back. We colonize them
enslave
niggas.
them.
Yeah.
So like it was a really weird
Crazy
thing where if you look in history,
Crazy.
like black Americans who were maybe like one generation or two generations because they were taken and brought to Africa, brought to America, like sent back there to try to like do like a United States for black people, I guess. And what ended up happening was wars and destabilization and because you can't just colonize people. And so it's
That's crazy though, but that's honestly one of their wickedest tricks though.
Yeah.
You know, and the way they do this, you know, you look at the Herman Cain type beat, you know, it's like weaponize black people against themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like poison their
Infighting,
mind,
yeah.
confuse them,
Yeah.
and then use them as the front man of the racist operation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's how
there's
you
no
do it.
way that a black person could like
Until
integrate
when
into society.
what's it called? Who was it? Was it Herman Cain or the other dude who was denying COVID, and then he said COVID don't exist. What's
I think it was Herman Cain, the one who died.
Yeah, he said COVID don't exist and he died of COVID.
That shit don't die. That don't exist.
It was Herman. That was when they did the that was when they did the Trump rally on.
He got the MAGA hat. He getting that what COVID?
Oh yeah. They did the Trump rally in Tulsa. They did the Trump rally in Tulsa on like Juneteenth or something. In like 2019.
Wait, Trump gave it to that nigga, right?
I know, but what happened was he went to the rally and none of them had masks on.
Yeah, nobody had masks on at the rally.
They was denying.
Yeah, they said it wasn't real. So then Herman Cain went down to the rally in Tulsa and then died after that.
Dapped him up, killed his ass right there. That's crazy.
I mean,
the next day.
He smoked 2 people. Trump, he smoked Buddy them. Allegedly. We getting there. We getting there. And then he smoked Buddy with the bleach. Remember, he was like,
just inject the bleach, and then the nigga did it like an idiot.
Man,
Think karma.
Yeah. Now this nigga talking in circles.
The wicked stuff that's going on. Did you want to bring up one more lyric?
Take it back to the film part.
Yes.
I had saw one of your videos and you were talking about lighting, and I really appreciated kind of like your perspective on of like bringing depth and telling a story through like shadows and a lot of things. Like I feel like a lot of filmmakers or like a lot of people don't understand like when it comes to like lighting and how it really tells a story. I wanted to see like, have you always been like interested in film? Like have you always had that perspective like before your career?
I really just got into filming that way. You know, getting my own camera and honestly doing content, bro. Like I've always done music videos and I've directed videos. But it's different when you got the camera, you know, when you're like, I think I got the same camera as that when I was going to ask him about cameras. And, you know what I'm saying? So learning how to use it and still seeking a high level of quality, even without necessarily having the personnel. That's what I think has gotten me into it. And it's like, it's valuable, man, because I always been a polymath in that way, but I also just like, I love film. And so learning about lighting, it gives me context and perspective on just artistry in general. Like when I was talking about how the shadows are what give it depth, I used to light my work so flat. Like I thought I should be fully illuminated. Once I realized, you know, that you want to have places where the frame drops off and it's fully shadow. That's a metaphor for just creativity, you know. It's like you got to be fearless enough to show the darkest parts.
That's a fact.
That's
Real. I feel like there's so
like,
many people who ask like who want to be influencers or want to film and all types of stuff. And it's like little sciences like that that kind of only come through when you
do it.
Because anybody can buy a camera and like
nobody
it can
can
be 4K,
work that bitch
highest
like
quality, put it in your face, and it's still like
Gonna
you
look
had said in
worse.
your video, like it didn't look like real life
art.
for real. So and you got to really get into it to understand it.
Talking about that. Sorry.
Yeah,
you want to go?
No, you can go.
Talking about that, I saw somebody today hit me about like streaming or something. I saw you been streaming. I saw you was on Twitch streaming and stuff like that. Somebody hit me today about streaming. Talk to me about like going into that world as well, because that's in itself is the same thing with content. Like I always say this, I'm like, bro, I could sit there and show you how to start the stream, show you how to put all the elements, show you how to put everything on there. And you still got to sit there and turn that stream on and talk to these people and do the job. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about your like experience with that streaming. If it's because I mean, not everybody can do it for sure. I've seen some of your stuff. I'm like, nah, you could definitely stream.
I've tried a few times. Like,
I can't do that shit, boy.
Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you?
It's just different methods of communication, man. I'm just like, yo, I'm open to every chain of communication. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot going on and like a lot that I'm seeking to accomplish, a lot of shit I'm trying to convey. So I'm willing to try every way. You know what I mean? Like I done wrote some Substacks. I done got
Hell yeah.
That's the way. That's the way though. Yeah.
I feel like when you like trying so many different things, that shows you really care about the message.
That shows you
you're
actually
trying to
want
give
some
out.
shit to happen though too. Especially in a time like this with all of the shit going on in society.
I was gonna say
before we even get into
a very
that, though,
good point.
I want to talk more about this album because this nigga was spitting.
Yeah, I seen the scheme that you were putting here.
Eye for an eye. Bro, I got to get through this shit. You said retribution for robberies, blood diamonds in the Dollar Tree. The price of life is as cheap as a Dollar Tree. The 99.
Okay.
Do the math.
Do the math.
Do
The
the math.
99. Do the knowledge, nigga. The 99.
Do the math, nigga.
99 cents is $1. The 99. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Oh.
Talk to me about who is the who is the, because Chance said it's him. And yeah, I know how it get competitive. Who's the most lyrical rapper in Chicago?
Most lyrical rapper in Chicago?
Yeah. Or give me top 3.
If we talk about all time?
Yeah. Or
do we
should
say
it be like
out of your class.
yeah, out of your class. Out of your class.
Say not counting before like the 2010s or something, like mid 2000s.
Top 3 most lyrical in my class. I'll maybe say me, Chance, and I don't know. It could be.
There's a lot of
Herb.
there's a lot of niggas that can fill that
It could
spot.
be No Name. I mean, I feel like we got a brilliant like spread of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
You had to pick it.
you got from.
Gotta give 3.
I'm gonna say Herb because
So you chose Herb?
Herb
I
is
just
very
recently
lyrical.
listened to- yeah,
you know what I
that
mean? It's
nigga
like
snap.
it's a different style of
completely
lyricism.
different style.
Yeah.
Me and Chano, but like, bro, hella lyrical.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
niggas not finna disrespect Herb.
Herb
Like,
was one
it's a
of
lot
Herb
of
was one of the
lyrics.
first like people, especially even from Chicago, that like I remember hearing a storytelling
Yes.
song that vividly
Yeah.
stuck
Yes.
with me.
Malcolm.
Malcolm, yeah.
I knew exactly what you talking about, Malcolm.
Like, yeah, Herb do be
Herb got
spit.
that sheet on him.
I do commend. I do commend.
Bro,
those,
they were
like,
saying
songs.
with Herb the other day, they're like, yeah, Went Legit is like his best song. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas is not listening to Herb.
Y'all not
man.
listening to him. If
Went
you think
Legit is
that's a good
crazy.
song.
Went Legit is crazy.
Crazy song.
To discredit that nigga's whole shit by saying Went Legit is his best song he's ever dropped is
People
nuts.
just started
Out of your mind. Niggas just starting to listen.
Just
But
starting to
yeah,
listen.
then he goes to from 9 to 9, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is validated by the next bar. Work sun up to sundown like Ramadan. A split bills with they girl like M. Night Shyamalan.
I ain't know who M. Night
He's a movie
was.
director.
Yeah, and then
that
he
made
directed Split. And I was like, oh shit. I was
This
like, what
nigga-
the one?
I was like, what the
One of the
Bro,
ones.
when I heard
I
it,
looked him up.
When I heard it, I was like, I gotta listen to that. I gotta search these lyrics. Couldn't find the lyrics. I'm like, I'm gonna type this shit out. Typed everything out. Nigga, I found out it was Split. I was like,
One of them ones.
Crazy.
one of them.
I've been seeing.
One of them.
I've been
ones.
seeing the freestyles as well.
Yeah, you was just
Been
on
doing
LA.
106, right?
106.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it LA
That's
Leakers
so
or 106?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Did they change the
they
name?
changed it. They
I was
changed
gonna
it
say
from
because I
Leakers
ain't
to
seen
Just
no
Incredible Freestyle.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, they would have definitely had their publication or whatever it is
Yeah.
in there if it was. So
Yeah. It kind of feels like, kind of going back to the conversation we was having about like the hip hop culture being dying. It kind of feels like that. Like it's been a while since I've seen a lot of like freestyle,
Yeah.
like stuff coming back like that.
that art form coming back for sure.
Even like since clips and everything,
Yeah.
you've seen like this kind of approach, bringing the real back, and that's definitely something that I appreciate about your content and everything in general. I do want to move in to kind of like the independence of it all, the ownership stuff of it all, because we also are in a situation where like you never want to. It's really hard sometimes when you enter a field where you don't know what to expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to talk to you about like the things that come with being an independent artist, both the freedoms that you get to experience and also like what you may perceive as drawbacks and how you feel like that's kind of shaped you to this point.
Because I remember in your song "What We Doing," you talked about like IP ownership and stuff like that as well.
100%. Yeah, man. I mean, the music industry is an inherently exploitative structure. You know what I mean? It's
Like a lot of.
in America,
Literally,
founded by non-black people to monetize black music much of the time.
And then scrutinize you for the fucking
Oh,
music.
scrutinize you when it's not at the top of the fucking chart.
Yeah.
Ass niggas.
But, you know, that's like the basic structure of it. And I think what you see in the music industry too is that, similar to Liberia, oftentimes when our people in the music industry get in a position of power, then what they do is replicate the same exploitation that's been
Like
done
capitalism.
to them. Like it's just like Liberia, literally.
Yeah.
And like niggas get a record label, then they sign other niggas to
to
slave
360
deals.
deals.
Literally. No,
It's kinda like, you know, but it's tough because then you're just told, oh, that's how the game is. That's how the industry is. You know, you almost have to be willing to break away from the norm to even like give somebody a straight up fair deal. Where it's like, this is money up front, you make it back, and then we actually share.
And you got niggas probably as well that scrutinize those people who do go against the grain. Like they're it's kind of like how we talk about like the big corporations, right? It's like you can't expect some of these billionaires to bend the knee on anything, because they know if they bend the knee, they're gonna have 10 more billionaires on their phone saying, why the fuck did you bend the knee? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
word.
I was looking into, we were talking about that as well, like ownership. How did you make that like decision? Like,
and would you recommend that for people?
Yeah, you was touring Europe, you was everywhere, you was doing stuff with every artist, like, and you chose to talk about Palestine, you chose to talk about gun violence in Chicago and all these serious issues. Like, how did you make that assumption, or
how'd you make that decision? Because a lot of people say, like, a lot of people say, don't be political, controversial.
No, for real. Actually, when I first started making like very explicitly political music in 2016, I remember a lot of the questions I would receive was like, why are you so mad?
Yeah, like why?
You know what I'm saying? But
that's 2016.
But the truth is that I was just like a young black man coming into consciousness of what the fuck is happening.
Yes.
Me and my people in this world, like starting to learn and study and understand like the depth of the fucking exploitation. It's hard to not be a young man. You come in, you testosterone. Testosterone and knowledge of racism. You mad. You
mad.
Nigga, like you changed the world. Tough to begin with. But now you weaponize your mind.
No, real shit.
When you exposed to it, like, even I noticed myself, because before I wasn't really political, and then like he like kind of gave me the information on. I'm like, damn, why I'm getting mad every fucking day? Like, really, like understanding it.
And how old are you?
21.
You feel me?
You literally, it's one of them things where it's like, especially if you're not a fucking drone, like, it's one of those things where you cause that's what it is. It's so many fucking drones that like don't
just
do
walk
shit.
around, don't even breathe correctly.
It's like I was the same way. Well, I've always been like political. Like, even growing up, I was political. Obviously, what? But it's one of them things where it's like, I thought I was gonna blow up on Twitch from the funny fucking clips and the me being XYZ and all these, the dumb shit, the clip farming. And bro, niggas was mad. I was mad because I'm hearing this shit every single day, bro. Matt, why are you talking about this, bro? Because niggas is getting taken up off the street. Niggas is getting deported. Niggas is getting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like you either talk about it and you go there, you take it to that level because it matters to you, or you
sit
don't.
down,
that's why I
do
love
your little dance, and
for
keep
y'all
it
to have that conversation, man, because like people need to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? I was having this conversation with one of the guys the other day. It's my brother. He been locked up for maybe almost 10 years now, and we read a lot of books together. We be reading like, Faces at the Bottom of the Well, and like a lot of deep knowledge. And I'm thinking we kind of on the same page about a lot of shit. We having this conversation, and he's going on about this illegal immigrants and why he don't feel Brandon Johnson and
that was one of the first things I was told.
And he's going on about this, and I was like, yo, you sound like fucking conservative, like Fox News, man. I was like, yo, you sound like a Fox News pundit right now. You gotta examine what's going on if you find yourself on the same side of the line.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? As like Bill O'Reilly. It's like, yo, what are we talking about?
That is,
Limbaugh
you want to know what's
shit,
so crazy to me?
Yeah.
The next thing I was about to ask you about is the piece you wrote in the New York Times about the migrant crisis and about that exact argument that like some people, especially in the black community, have like said. And I was literally I was thinking about introing the episode, talking about how Bill O'Reilly must be like rolling in his grave or something, seeing the kind of move.
Did that nigga die?
Is he? I don't. Is he alive?
Wait a minute.
Is he alive?
Fact check a dude.
I swear I seen somewhere that he died. If not,
did Bill O'Reilly die?
Oh, nah, that nigga alive and well,
He
gang.
alive? How old he is?
That nigga said, well.
rolling in his grave.
Look, bro, nigga 76.
dead and all,
He's
man.
so rolling
Oh,
in his
never mind.
grave.
I'm not gonna say that. I almost
I'm not
got us
gonna lie.
fucked
You
up.
about to get us
I almost got us
It was a
fucked
while-
up. I was about to talk about it.
A while back though, I think his daughter slid in my DMs, and I like years ago, and I was holding that card. I was like, "Yo,
Oh, that's one of them ones.
That's one of them ones.
Oh, that's one of them ones.
Payback of doom.
That's crazy. That just shows you that none of this shit is actually real.
Yeah.
Bill O'Reilly
Yeah.
sit there and scream. That's why I was thinking about Bill O'Reilly. Because guess what he pioneered?
daughter.
Guess what Bill O'Reilly
That's nuts.
pioneered? He pioneered the war on Christmas thing. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So like I was thinking about this shit. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, but my man was coming with the Bill O'Reilly perspective about the illegal immigrants, and I was telling him about this Kwame Ture quote that I heard the other day, where he was like, "The interest of the slave is diametrically opposed to the interest of the master." But the master's game is to make the slave think that the master's interests are his interests. It's the same with us in the larger system of capitalism. Our interests are diametrically opposed to the Republicans in Congress, or to the fucking billionaires that actually pull the strings. More accurately, our interests are opposed to the billionaires that pull the strings.
Exactly.
But when they got you thinking that you got the same interests as them,
we
you'll
could all
pick
be
cotton at
millionaires.
night, man.
whatever.
You
Job's
pick
gonna
cotton
be-
on your
Yeah,
day
exactly.
off.
Yeah, pick cotton on your day off.
That's what I told my homie. I was like, "You over here picking cotton on your day off?" Because he literally like, "Yeah, because then I just want us to get into power so that we could really change things." I'm like, "Bro, but if you think of the same way as them, you're just gonna replicate more."
Yeah,
of the shit.
yeah.
You want to
Exactly.
get into power so you can
Exactly.
be in proximity of the fucking the pushing the button. But
Exactly.
you sound like you want to do the same thing that they want to do.
You get to that point, you gonna get that little button. They got buttons to push your button. Like
Now niggas pushing buttons.
Now niggas pushing buttons.
No, Andre had a rap about that though. He was like, "While you ranting and raving about gas, nigga, they made them gas. They got some shit."
Yeah,
blow
like
out.
what?
You know what I'm saying? If
Real
you find
shit.
yourself ranting and raving about the same shit that your fucking oppressor is, then
Exactly.
trust me, you on the wrong side of history right
I
now.
feel like it devoids you the ability to kind of see, like the everything involved in it. That's why even when Brandon Johnson was on the podcast, I kind of asked him about that from like an overarching level, like because of underlying systemic things in Chicago, like how badly it's redlined, and how like the resources are kind of divided amongst racial and class lines. When there are a poor class of people coming to a city, they're probably going to be housed with the other poor people in the class of the city. And it's still the fault of the overlying system for creating that poverty and for not addressing that poverty. But that doesn't mean that you leave people to die in the snow.
Yeah,
Exactly.
freeze to death is crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
you
'Cause
would
when
wrote
they
the piece
came
about,
off the
they
buses,
dropped them
yo.
in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, for real. Because we were doing all this food giveaway shit at that time, and people were coming off that bus flip flops and shorts, bro.
Yeah, they was
Chicago,
Texas, right?
They sent them
winter.
from Texas, Greg Abbott. And
You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago in the winter. But, you know, having that conversation with my man, even that piece in the New York Times, was really just like drawing the line so niggas don't forget how we got here.
Yeah.
Because that's the magic trick of
Yeah.
the imperialism.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like
They
to
flood the zone.
wave all this like gold and $1 billion promises in your face.
Yeah.
Well, they pit you against each other and rob you, like hands in your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say the craziest part about like that story, following up with it, is that those are the same residents. This is South Shore. When they dropped the choppers
South Shore.
in, they came to like do the ice raid and everything, which was getting a lot of those same migrants that had just been sent.
Crazy.
So
Then you just evict them.
Sent them
so-
niggas
and now-
over there
now-
in the
Sent
snow.
them niggas and they
to
came
then pick
and got them.
And the reason why I bring that up is
I don't
because
get
if
this shit.
I checked in with the story again, it's like all the residents of that building have been evicted now
Yes.
because the building was already in squalor and everything. And so now black people who are living there 1 second ago and who might not have a home they can just go
might
stay
be living
with.
on the
or-
streets.
Yeah, they just
They said a lot of
Well, it
people
was
was just-
actually it was an insurance grab. I'm glad you
Yes.
brought that up.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it was a major insurance grab, and I did learn. This is good to add to that when they came and rappelled down from those helicopters at the building in the South Shore, and ICE pulled out black people in the nude, along with the Venezuelans arresting grandmas in the middle of the night. That whole escapade was an insurance play. Like it was an insurance scam because the owner of the building had defaulted
Yeah.
on their payments, and the bank was coming to get that thing.
Yeah.
So they do this all over South Shore, which is what I've learned. So what you got to know is Greg Bovino, ICE, obviously Trump's privatized military force.
Yep.
They're going and acting out the behaviors necessary to secure the interests of the capitalists.
The business class.
You know what I'm saying?
Of
Like
the
that's what
moneymakers.
they doing. They going to grab that shit. They say, "Oh, we can line this up perfectly."
Yeah.
Nigga, like the bank. Oh, Chase Bank. You guys, well, y'all my homies. Y'all own
Trump
this. Y'all trying to get this back. Y'all trying to get them out.
Just go over there, get them out.
We put the Mexicans over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's perfect. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You
Like,
want, they give you that.
we
That's the
put
deal.
the
that they-
Venezuelans
Insane.
over there. I can get that
Exactly.
for you, no problem. Just boom, hit me with that, cool 50%.
Yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
shit.
The
Insane,
business, the
bro.
ruling class and the business class who are Trump's friends. It's like, all right, you want the immigration and say you're a strong man deporting these people. I want these people to be out the building so that we can flip this and make a profit.
There it is.
That's what happens.
Crazy.
You allow the
Yeah.
government to do
That
like
was
that.
crazy.
Yeah. That,
Niggas don't realize what steps we on, G. That
Yeah.
like we talk about revolution and all of those things. Niggas think we on
I was gonna
step 2, step 3. No, bro, we on like step 10. Bro.
Oh,
It's
this shit
really
deep.
like
I saw some
it's-
shit today that I'm not even gonna give all the detail because
'cause-
right now it's not the best thing for me to do. But today I saw something about the Australian shooting, mass shooting. There's a basically CIA of that country operative from a major world power who just happened to get shot in the head and then take a selfie on the beach. But he
Oh,
was
I
also-
seen he was laying
at-
down.
He was
like
also
bloody, but he was
January 6th. Like, yo, what
Yeah.
they're doing out here, they're
Yes.
orchestrating
Yeah.
mass
Yeah.
acts
Yeah.
of violence in order to push their agenda.
You know, I did, and I ain't.
Nigga
I
was
don't know a
sitting
lot
there-
about it.
I was
Nigga
gonna
was
say,
sitting there
in-
smiling and shit.
We talking after. We talking after.
Nigga was
Yeah.
covered in blood. The nigga just getting that.
I was gonna say
Why he was laying down?
I'm like, what are you
outside
doing?
of outside
Happened
of
to
even
get shot in
outside
the
of even
other
the things
joint.
that we are have confirmed or things that are more speculation at this point, there are certain the drawing the threads together is so important because I brought that up basically to hit on the point that I feel like the social conditioning, whether it's just people being in Chicago, the feeling of your government not investing in you or making sure everything it can the social conditioning that we're all in breeds either it can breed revolution or it can breed resentment. And I feel like that's kind of where the point in connecting some of these dots comes in, because there are multiple of these forces. Even with the tragic shooting that happened, I'm seeing people immediately like Netanyahu try to use that to weaponize the fact that Australia's had a pro-Palestinian stance before.
Insane.
It's we're not even defending the demographic of people who are being harmed here. We're just using it for, like we said before, whatever political aim, whether that's getting niggas out of building.
Yeah, framing narrative.
Man, I
Yeah.
watched this movie earlier this year that I would recommend to everybody. It's one of the illest movies I've ever seen. And I believe it was called How to Stage a Coup d'etat. And it's about CIA intervention in the Congo. And basically how the CIA used Louis Armstrong and a handful of other jazz musicians as ambassadors of the United States to the Congo and to other places that they wanted to overthrow and sent operatives. Nigga, these niggas out here with CIA operatives,
Yeah.
whether or
Nicki Minaj,
not they know it though.
Yeah.
Because bro didn't even know it. They sent operatives to his concert. Everybody coming to the Louis Armstrong concert. He's the nigga.
Yeah.
So they got the CIA in there snapping photos. Oh, okay, that's how Lumumba moved. That's who he be with. Boom. Then they fucking come in and they ripped Patrice Lumumba, the liberator of Congo. They ripped his body apart and spread the pieces across the planet. The only thing that they left was a tooth, or a toenail. And they sent that bitch to fucking Belgium because that's how deep this shit is. And it's no, this shit ain't innocent. They're staging mass shootings.
Yeah.
They're fucking they've been sending jazz
writing
musicians
shit
with the
on,
CIA.
Right now,
it's tricky.
they're threatening or not threatening. They are bombing countries and preparing to invade countries.
They're invading
Did
Venezuela for the oil.
y'all see
No.
Trump literally just got on the stage, was like,
He said, I want the
it's
oil.
for oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like
it's
this.
for oil.
Oh,
I
he
was
said
saying.
it's our oil.
Yeah, he said it's our oil.
Because they
They stole our oil.
Stealing our assets, our oil, and our
Nut ass.
assets.
Like it was the drug.
So you really
Thought it was the drugs, gang.
if you look up the actions of like COINTELPRO,
Yes,
all
I was
types of
gonna
shit
bring up
through the
COINTELPRO.
60s, up and even like through this day, you find a lot of like unsettling shit because you really realize what lengths people will go to, especially like our government and all types of other interests to like maintain that power, regardless of whether or not it makes your life worse, or there's so many obvious better things we could be doing. It's first and foremost, who am I gonna listen to? The niggas with the money. What do y'all want to do? Y'all want this oil, cool. And I feel like that's kind of like a representation of the rot, like in like the systemic rot within American politics generally, but just it kind of it gives you that ammunition where I'm like, all right, you have to make something a better like world. You have to use some ability that America has, the influence that America has, to how about not topple governments and string people body parts.
But it's going down though, is the thing though. You know what I'm saying? Of course we have, and that's why we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Annually.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You gotta know that.
1000%.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it whether or not we make noise
Exactly.
and talk about it.
Exactly.
But
People worried about dying
we can
and
make
shit.
it harder for them.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
They finna run that play 100% until that play don't work no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why we talk the way we talk, because it's so much deeper than people think it is.
Yeah.
And people, and I feel like it's generally like a good thing to at least be up on some knowledge about it, even if it can be depressing sometimes to like cover the information and kind of.
It's not supposed to be happy.
And
God
kind of
damn
the
it.
scale
It's
of
the end of the fucking world. Like shit. niggas want to be happy and shit, learn about these things.
I
bro.
brought this up to have a positive conversation about mental health.
That's all. Niggas want to be happy. Niggas want to be happy and shit. Let's talk about mental health.
Because like the shit can be dark sometimes, it can be sad sometimes, but like I feel like there is a bridge that we kind of all walk, especially like as black men, even where we're from, because we're kind of like the first ones to want to say something about it, because we can kind of see a lot of stuff for what it is, but that also comes with the social consequences, the literal consequences, and like the mental health aspects of it as well. It's something that you've talked about a lot. I kind of wanted to begin with, there was a video that you had just posted where you talked about you used the phrase colonized out of self-care. And I seen the video, I'm like, I'm asking you that.
That was good.
I'm like, that the entire thing is hitting on like the premise that it was the question of religion and like mental health care and all types of stuff like coexisting and not having black men be dissuaded from things that will help them. And I think that I agree in the sense that like both religion and things that are tied to like mental health care and self-care should coexist and like reinforce each other. But I think one of the things that kind of stops black men or stigmatizes like us from getting proper help or even admitting that we might need it is kind of certain things that are reinforced socially, whether that's certain religious values or whether that's aspects of like masculinity, the toxic shit where it's like you don't want to. And I kind of want your perspective on like, what are some behaviors that you think we tend to do or you tend to do or that could reinforce that? And how do we step away from those things? Because I feel like the first step, especially with black men's mental health, coming from where we come from, where it's kind of treated as a taboo subject, is like you only have the literacy to understand when like something might be wrong, what to do in that scenario. So it kind of just results in going nowhere. I kind of want to get your take on that.
The label of a crazy black man or crazy black woman has been weaponized against black people.
Yeah.
Malcolm X's mother was committed to an insane asylum because she didn't want to feed her children pork and didn't cooperate with the sheriff after the KKK had literally lynched her husband. You know, they said, if you don't cooperate, you must be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand why black people have such a pervasive stigma against therapy and seeking mental health care. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, black men are dying and killing themselves. Like black men are killing themselves for real in alarming rates. It's ramping up. You know what I mean? And like therapy is just an objective perspective on what's happening in your life, you know what I'm saying, and what's happening in your mind, and mental health care in general, you know what I'm saying, it's like, is something that can and should be able to coexist with religion to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm also with a grain of salt because like I didn't grow up so religious that it's not deeply in my psyche. You know, I've heard people from you know, immigrant families be like, they had the idea that was the devil, you know, manifesting in them. Like,
that's how
the devil is a big trick. You know what I mean? If you grew up thinking that the devil is involved in shit, like that's the trigger cells. That's in your body deeper than me. I'm thinking about this stuff because I wasn't raised with that. Yeah. If you were raised thinking certain things are manifestations of the devil, you can feel it in your skin.
Numbers,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, numbers, fucking music, fucking. I was just talking about how I ain't listened to EXO Tour Life for like 2 years because niggas like that nigga devil. I'm like,
numbers is like they looking real.
The 6'6", real like the 6'6". My dad, I didn't want to listen to Utopia. My dad didn't let me watch Harry Potter, nigga, witchcraft and shit. Like, all of that shit, and it get into you. It get into your mental. Like, it's not something that you could just. Let me just turn this shit off one day. It's like like especially growing up in that.
I think too that shit is a part of like
fear.
Man, black people have taken Christianity and made something beautiful of it. They've made their own
just like
culture out of it, like every fucking thing. And it's given black people hope in their darkest of times. Like, it's been incredibly valuable. It's birthed pretty much all forms of modern popular music. You know what I mean? Like, everything is gospel inspired in a way. It's a beautiful institution, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, it also still is a institution of control.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
it is.
Religion, that's how the shit started. You know, that's how it came to us as black people.
They not letting
was as a
you
form
read
of
or learn
control.
nothing. They not letting you read nothing but the Bible.
That shit is ingrained because, bro, fear is the easiest way to control people. And I'm not saying it's their intention to do that, but with the teachings of it, it kind of happens by
I mean, you grow up learning about the rapture.
Even going
Revelation.
They tell you lying, you going straight to hell.
Yeah, you tell you
that also really is the intentional, like the initial intention too. I found my pop's birth certificate in Ghana. My pop's name is Edward Kweku Mensa, and I saw on his birth certificate it said Christian names only. So it's like Edward Kingsley, you know, like that's how deep it is. Like my pop's religion, or his grandfather's religion was Vodun, like the original voodoo, and you know, it's really just a system of ancestor worship.
Yes, I was telling them that the other day.
Ancient African spiritual system, we've been taught that it's the devil.
That it's the devil.
You know what I mean? So,
so demonic and shit. Yeah,
you got educated people. Like I know educated people that are like still deep. Like, yo, the ancestral religions of Africa, they're just the devil. Yeah, they're the devil. They're the devil. They're the devil. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy because I'm hearing about it. I even heard like in Haiti right before the revolution. Obviously, throughout the history of Haiti, like voodoo practice, but like that was the first country. Yeah, it was the first country to like free itself of slavery.
They was using that shit.
Yeah, and they was that was their religious practice.
To take it over. They was going
like
crazy.
There's a famous like gathering that happened like right before the revolution starts. Like and it kind of like when you classify the thing as like, oh, it's the devil, don't even let any credence to it. You kind of like you give yourself a reason to shut down somebody else's perspective when it is just another social function. The same way that Christianity is in our country and in all types of other countries. It's like I feel like that it's kind of like a closing of the mind. That's why I don't fuck with like that type of like analysis with it, because I'm like, especially, and it also contributes to like the anti-blackness thing.
That's one of the best ways to control somebody though, is if you can convince him that his God is the devil, then he can't believe anything he's known, and he has to believe everything you teach him. Because his God, the most powerful entity in his existence, is the devil.
Yeah, or even just don't show him, you take him out of a place and then you fucking erase his God from all remnants of history, his recollection, anything like that. It's like, bro, how do you expect people to build any outside fucking
erase the parts about
from their crib, bring them over
Man,
here?
I went to when I was in Jamaica, actually, like
make a bunch of movies about it.
Maroon Village, man. It was so interesting to learn that, like, in this Maroon Village I come upon, high in the mountains in Jamaica, they still speak Twi words. That's our language in Ghana in their patois. So they straight from the root. And man, you know, in the 600 years or something that they've been in this village, 400 or 500 years, they've had one murder. You know, it flew such a fuck you in the face of people saying that like black people are this inherently violent people, when it's like, no, this is a violent society. You put us back to like our natural or a more close to our natural state. Man, you know, it's love, it's peace. Yeah, it's war too, but you see, they separated themselves from Babylon and they got one motherfucking murder.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I had a similar experience when learning about other cultures. When I was in college, I took like an anthropology course. We learned about different like tribes in Africa, and one of the things that kind of got shattered for me was like the whole gender conversation. Because when you realize that like the roles that men and women played in different societies also varied with time, did not come like set in stone, it makes you question like, okay, why are certain things we associate like as just fundamental in America? Why is it that way? Obviously it can be different in a different culture, but people at the thought of that is immediately like
turned off to it.
I did want to kind of dive into the more mental health talk, but in relation to like what you've personally done when it comes to going to Africa, because one of my favorite artists is Kendrick Lamar, and in one of his most famous albums, The Bimba Butterfly, it basically describes the trip that he had to Africa, how much things that he hadn't even considered kind of like became open in his mind after going there, immersing himself in the culture and everything. What was that like for you, either the first time you went to Africa or one of the most impactful times? And what do you think like kind of shifted about your stances that you didn't have before you went?
I think when I started really going to Ghana on my own, like maybe 5 years ago, that's what changed shit for me. Like building my own relationships outside of my family and spending time there and like immersing myself in the youth culture in Ghana. You know what I'm saying? I started to realize that like I'm positioned uniquely to be able to connect our people across that transatlantic bridge. And it's necessary though. You know, it's like ain't gonna be no real freedom for either of us on either side if we not connected. That's why when you said FBA, I thought you was talking about that. I thought you was going to talk about that FBA, and I was like, okay, let's talk about them niggas, man. Them niggas, I didn't know them niggas exist, man. They got all type of great terminology, though, man. I'm a tether. You know what I'm saying? That's one that tethers himself along to the black experience.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that.
No, nigga, they got all kind of terminology. They going hard, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they picking cotton at night. You know what I'm saying? Picking cotton on their day off. Keeping black people globally separated. Keep picking cotton on that day off, man.
On that day off. I'm about to start saying apply to, man.
Keep picking that cotton on that day off.
Man, oh man.
And just subscribing to these the way we live.
Yeah, just helping them out. You know, like, they need us to be separated. You know, so anybody pushing that, you know, you.
What you think about the quarter zip shit?
Quarter zip
in that conversation, the whole quarter zip.
I feel like I ain't been in that month. I keep asking people what's going on with the quarter zip.
It's niggas picking cotton on their day off. That's what it is.
Literally,
niggas picking cotton on their day off.
It went from like a fashion thing to now niggas are saying, oh, if you got Nike Techs, that means you're gonna rob and kill somebody.
No, so that's what I was gonna say.
Proper.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the theme of keeping us divided again. And the reason why I say that is because like people don't even really understand how much subtle things can reinforce like certain anti-blackness, anti-black stereotypes. Like even just like essentializing what type of clothes they wear and like you said, bring it back to the inherent violence stuff. It's like these things are always kind of being said because they serve a purpose.
And they're serious about this. Okay. So the quarter zip is just the new respectability politics.
It's another fashion trend that they like incorporated race to it. It got so big they had a meet up at the Bean.
at the beans is hilarious. It's so funny, bro.
Man, bro, okay, they had a whole bunch of cones at the beans.
The cones at the bean.
Cones at the bean is crazy.
Like, they had the signs and
So the quarter zip is the new respectability politics for black people, but respectability politics ain't never did shit for black people.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, regardless
That's
of
the
whether
basic line.
regardless
of
of whether you got a quarter zip or a tech, you need a job,
And
you
just-
need reparations still.
40 acres in the mule.
The world and
God damn it.
I want to pull up this picture right quick. This is like when you see this picture, right? when niggas tried to push this onto us, like
they got this nigga Calvin in Egypt.
Calvin,
and niggas think
King Brown, nigga. That's Cow, nigga.
King Chad.
niggas think respectability politics would work.
Yeah, I feel like
They put that in the history books.
They
man.
put that in the
Put
history
that in perspective though. Like,
Yeah,
niggas laughing, but like,
been in the history
yeah,
books.
that's literally what niggas learned. Like,
You know
real
what I'm saying?
shit.
Like 100% been in the history books because you got to convince black people that they've never contributed anything of value.
Yeah.
That's why they chop
all
off the
of
noses.
human history. I mean, it's like that's a necessary step in what you hope to be the perpetual exploitation of their resources and their bodies and their labor is to make them feel that they've never had contributions. So then they put King Brett as King Tut. You know what I mean? And, goddamn it. And then they put that on, streaming. They still making new Netflix series with Jason Momoa. And
that what is like
You know,
The
Mifflin
whitest
or whatever.
man. as
shout
a-
out, but like, bruh, like,
They still, it was like
these niggas painted themselves
low-key.
looking like the weekend. Yeah, y'all giving me the weekday.
Even low key. Hey,
9 to 5.
Avatar, you feel me? Y'all giving me the cubicle. Like, they painted themselves looking like the weekend, bro. And then they got all this other shit, this funny shit, because I was talking about this shit online the other day. They're like, yeah, because if you knew anything about Egyptian history, you would know that they just painted themselves black because that brown was supposed to represent the different seasons of the, this is for the men or this color, and then the women are.
Egypt
And it's like,
in Africa.
like this is an entire actual field of history. It's Egyptology.
Yeah.
They don't. They
where
still
people
don't know
have
how to.
built entire academic careers for a century.
Yeah.
Lying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
The whole
Lying
alien,
about-
it was ancient
lying
aliens that built
specifically
the
about
pyramids.
taking out the involvement of black people in the building of Egypt's wonders.
They went so far to the point where they had like a whole. I remember it was a whole like maybe had to been like 4 or 5 season series of ancient aliens,
Bro,
and how they're the real ones that
I
built the
know,
pyramids.
bro, and I
shit.
watched
I'm
it,
like,
and it was tight, but it was some bullshit.
I'm like, if you get really fried
I
out
was riveted. I was like, this is cap.
I'm like, if you get really fried one day and you watch it, it could be entertaining.
Here's
But
all I'm saying.
when you deep that erasure being so intentional, I was gonna say it's a shame that it was so mainstream, because what it also is that step towards Nazism.
Yeah.
You hear your average Nazi nigga talk, and he'll be like, they didn't even have a wheel in Africa before.
For sure.
And this is why
They
all
running
this-
that. It's no written language. But all I'm saying is the nigga that made the first pyramids, the nigga name was Khufu. When the fuck you ever meet a nigga like that? Name Khufu. Name Khufu.
ain't no nigga like that look like Khufu.
When, bro?
Derek, Clyde,
Derek,
Khufu.
Fufu ass
They just be
nigga.
making shit up, and I feel like it's so it gets looked over because people don't want to get too deep with certain shit, which is why I'm very appreciative of kind of like anybody who tries to present the information, even if it makes you uncomfortable now. Okay, well then take your spiritual break, come back and learn it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It's
Real
real.
shit.
You gonna learn this shit.
They will
Which
make
is
every
why it's like,
opportunity to
man,
lie.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I oscillate between like just drawing that motherfucking line. It's like I'm kind of reaching that line, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
Taking a break.
if you're you're supporting that narrative, that web of lies,
Yeah.
that is MAGA,
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form,
You're done.
you're done, son.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
Done.
You gotta go.
You're done.
No, real
With
shit.
me,
like-
you're done, son, because it's too
many.
too damaging.
many ties
it's
to it, too,
It's
yeah.
too damaging, and it's too anti-black.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
too anti my existence.
Yeah.
Like,
real
what-
shit.
Especially at a time
what
like
do you-
this.
What do you think about people that are on that side and they say, "Oh, let's just meet in the middle"?
Well, the left in America is the middle. America's left is not even the left at all. It's really the right.
Center right.
It's actually they're actually conservative.
Yes.
Put it on paper.
Real.
But on
If we
paper,
really
They
being honest.
are part of all the steel. They are part of the Venezuela oil joint. They are part of raping Africa. They are part
I'm
of
hearing
everything.
one
Y'all got the
dude
same
right now.
intentions.
I'm hearing like one dude in the Senate being like, well, I just got my briefing on Venezuela for the first time, and they obviously just want to go in for it. There's like, I could probably count on my hand. If I'm being very generous, there's probably 10 people in the entire government who's like vocally being like, this is some fucked up shit. Any opposition party that does stand on human rights, who's a left wing, I guess, party, would have every member in that motherfucker being like, yo, they trying to invade for some regime change and no reason they gonna get people killed. It makes you really question, why is it that we get so many mealy-mouthed answers? Be the financial
That's why
interest, the
we
business
can't-
interest, all types of shit.
We can't let them rewrite the definition. You know what I mean? Like that's one of their main tricks is owning the vocabulary. And Black Lives Matter will always be a true statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Regardless.
Democrats are not actually the left. You know what I mean? So when they say lefties this, lefties that, it's like, yo, we're not actually even talking about actual liberatory politics.
Yeah.
When we're speaking about the American left, we're just talking about two hands in each of your pockets that are just talking shit to confuse you.
Yeah, there's
real
so many
shit.
people, and there's so many people with like their ideologies kind of get left out of being represented. And even though the more and more we keep failing with that formula, the more and more people have reason to think of other avenues. So it's like you have this ever expanding thing of people who are thinking, wanting to get freedom, wanting to break down some of these barriers, and then you have like a party that's just trying as minimal as it can to adjust to get the middle voter that's going, and then we get a dictator twice.
And that's,
like bang.
that's where these niggas are so fucking lost.
Yeah.
Like these Democrats, bro, they're so lost. They
Fuck
literally
off.
are just so morally decrepit and have no backbone
Thinking we gonna
in
get to
their
the
body
middle.
that they're like, man, you know, the way we actually need to run this campaign is to get towards the middle because
It's insane.
You're not
because
serious.
we need to
Dumbasses.
attract like only fractional Nazis. Like,
That's what I like. What?
that agreed with like, you know, just the first few gas chambers. And-
Yeah,
But
not
then
the
it went
next
too
three.
far. You know
Let
what I'm
me
saying?
test the chamber. Like,
let's
no,
let's
nigga.
attract them to the center. It's like, this is why y'all gonna stay shitty and losing.
That's
It's
why
because
the
you-
healthcare shit just went to shit now.
Yeah, healthcare just
Yeah.
went to shit.
And then you scream talking about, oh, well, it went too far, but y'all never did anything to prevent
Here's
it
the
from
other,
happening.
the trick too is like how they always love to say, oh, well, socialism and communism, they never work. You can't give me any
Never
examples
work.
of them working. When anytime anyone has tried to set up a socialist state,
They took
bombed
the
them
shit
niggas.
down. They bombed them
sanctions,
niggas.
bomb,
Bomb,
cool,
And every time,
assassination.
and every time,
That's what
every
makes
time the
sense.
American government almost ate itself. What saved it?
Socialist policies, yeah.
Give these people
Yeah.
a job. Well, let me put my American brand of racism on it and exclude black people from it, though. But let me give these people a job. Let me
Real
make
shit.
sure. Let me lift them out of poverty. Who did that sound like? Because also every economy has to have a mixture of these things, and to demonize one ideology and be like, "Nah, you can't do it because
It never works.
It's propaganda.
When it did work, you blew it up.
Exactly. Like, you
Real
really
shit.
see it for real. And I that's why like the real is so important. Right quick before we get up out of here, I got one speed question I want to ask if y'all want to ask one. We did it with the mayor. And we got some flack
know
for
what it's
it.
gonna
He got some
be.
flack for it.
Really?
We know it's
You
gonna.
might
Uncle
get his hate
Remus.
rate, bro.
Heralds. Do we do sharks?
Sharks.
Sharks. They said we should have did.
They said we was bullshit.
And JJ.
Sharks,
Okay.
JJ Fish.
I'm not gonna hold you. These days, I'm sharks, bro.
Okay.
Sharks.
You know that's not
okay.
my
Sharks.
worst answer.
That's not a
like-
bad-
I'm
like-
sharks. I grew up Heralds, you know,
I was gonna say, okay,
from
south
out
side.
south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ's was down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we keeping it tall, Uncle Remus actually has some of the best chicken, and they're the
Yeah,
most
I've
heard
professional.
I've heard that.
I've hired both. Had them come with food trucks, and Uncle Remus niggas had an LED food truck. Nigga.
Damn.
They had food all night. They never ran out. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah, I might have
me,
to.
but in real life, I'm going sharks with extra lemon pepper though. That's where I'm at.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not mad at
Nigga,
that
I
answer.
grew up
That's
with
probably my answer right now too, because I was a Herald's like fiend growing up
sure.
as well. But
growing
like
up,
you know
for
the
sure.
hit and miss be hitting sometimes. It is the same way with sharks too, but I had them couple sharks in the south suburbs.
Cake
especially.
and lemon pepper.
No, I feel like
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
when I was growing up, like I grew up with only sharks, and I fucked with sharks heavy until like I moved out here. Like I think they had to put like some GMO in the chicken.
Bro, I was gonna say
had
that.
some bullshit.
Sharks out
all
here.
GMO, gang. It's sharks.
No, but that was a mutated chicken, nigga. He had a nugget on the top.
It's a $7.20 piece. Hell yeah, you think it's organic?
Like bro, shit from the Campbell CEO.
It's probably not even a chicken, gang. Like, it's a robot chicken.
They don't got hella good. What did he say? He said
Robot
robot chicken. I was gonna say though, they don't got like good sharks in the city. You know, we from the burbs, like
Yeah.
ride me, but like in the burbs, the sharks
When
is
they
good.
build a new sharks in like the south suburbs, right? They
Yeah.
usually put like, if you go out to
That's
like,
sharks in
if
Harvey.
you go out to,
That's
like,
all sharks in Dalton.
if you
Them
go
bitches
out to
bang
like
every
Orland
time.
Park,
Right,
if
so
you go out to like
Harvey,
Orland
that
Park, they not
shark
gonna build it with
sounds
no, no, no.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Motherfucker, but them- that's what
It's the
Granny
danger
closest to
adds
Granny
the-
house.
It adds to the experience.
You just gotta order that motherfucker.
Chicago Heights.
Chicago,
Got some
I
of
don't
that.
you gotta talk
Yo,
about
they
it.
got the best tacos.
Then that shark's caught on fire. That's what the danger. That shit is crazy, bro.
It caught on fire?
Bro, yeah,
The
it was
DMV down there caught on fire. Remember that?
Nah, they
Yeah.
lit that
Yeah.
bitch
They
on
set it on
fire.
fire during
Yeah.
the 2020
2020 protest.
Yeah, they got burnt.
2020 was out of here, bro.
Yeah,
I
when
ain't
it
gonna
was.
lie.
Yeah.
I never
Like,
thought
what
I'd
you
see
said?
that.
He said we all
No,
died and came
2020
back.
we all died and went to hell.
I never
Like,
thought
that's
I'd
what it
see
is.
that, bro.
Wait,
That
were
was
you
wild,
in
bro.
Chicago or were you in
I was
LA?
here. I was
Yeah.
tweaking with him. I was in the middle of that shit. Niggas breaking in and shit left and right. I'm just like, nobody's gonna stop.
Come on, I can take this.
Shit is on fire. Like, it's just a fire here. There's a police standing there, but they not stopping nobody. This nigga just ran into that stove. He ran out full of stuff. It's a nigga on the corner with a walkie-talkie. Another nigga got a U-Haul. Then the homies talking about they know how to hit ATMs.
Yeah. Nah,
It's
boosters
like
was
getting that-
rampant.
Man,
No,
no,
Boosters was
nigga.
going crazy.
I was
yeah.
seeing niggas at Chili's with Balenciagas I ain't never seen with a car.
These
Yeah,
niggas
niggas
throwing
selling all
the
kind of shit in the
These
alley.
niggas
on
storming the
Facebook.
Capitol
yeah.
in peacetime. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
shit. These
Peacetime.
niggas stormed the United States Capitol in peacetime. I don't want to hear shit. They lost all that shit.
It was
after
one of
that.
the ones. That whole, what was that? The start of 2021, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
tough.
was-
It's tough because, like,
was-
man, yeah,
niggas
for
was
sure.
angry.
Like, burning down your own city is cap. But when you've spent a lifetime abused by that city,
Like what?
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you feel like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, what the fuck?
What the
I can
fuck?
stomp y'all out for a cool
Yeah.
2
You know,
days.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or a
there's
little
not too
2
much
days
of
in
a-
the
there's not too much of a sense
penitentiary.
of-
been here for.
People talk about the looting and all the fires. I'm like, bro, how was niggas supposed to send that message? Like,
yeah,
we talk about justice and all those things. I am never going to walk up to the police station with a white fucking flag and be like, yo, can we please have some rights? That shit not gonna happen. Niggas gonna
When
die.
y'all
bro.
make
Like,
the standard, I don't know how you can judge the response about it.
it's like, what are we
I don't
talking
get it.
about?
It's-
Nigga got his neck knelt on and niggas was like, damn, y'all niggas mad enough to rob a store?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
bitch
paint
ass
that as-
nigga.
they paint
What
that
the
as-
fuck?
They paint that as uncivilized, but then you can do the kangaroo court thing and storm the Capitol over the election.
Yeah.
And that's just another.
And Shorty
And that
got,
was
you
just a
know,
moment.
they gave her 6 meals. They told the family, yo, sorry about that. Even though she ran in and was telling niggas XYZ and they said, yo, chill. Don't run in this motherfucker. And then they popped her. And
If the episode could show you anything, it'll show you the great lengths to which they go to contradict themselves.
Yeah.
All at the
Real
thought
shit.
of black people.
All at the
black
thought of
people
this.
being
black men
empowered.
sitting on the couch talking
You
about
having
shit like
some
this.
education, getting histories that you probably didn't even know about, because that all teaches you to kind of look at these systems, look at the patterns of policies. That's like, okay, yeah, do you really not understand why someone would burn down like a place that they live in? That's got to be a level of discontent that you reaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like will
You
make
ain't
you
never-
do some
yeah,
shit like
real.
that. So it's like when you get to take a step back and listen to anybody sitting here on this couch, frankly.
Yes, sir.
I feel like that begins to open your mind in multiple different ways.
Yeah, real shit.
Also, I got a question too. So, who are some new Chicago artists that you've been listening to and you've been like, no, they need to be big?
Yeah.
And finally,
Yeah.
also, what's next for Vic Mensa?
I got you. Yeah, new Chicago artists I fuck with. 13 Degrees.
Oh, yeah?
Your Stepdad.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, them,
13 degrees. I don't know stepdad, but 13 degrees.
them
I'ma
two-
watch this back
Them
and
two like
listen to
my
everybody.
favorite. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, they crazy. Like, 13 Degrees, he got a whole different
Yeah, his shit is different. His
Style
shit is
is
completely
like-
different.
It's just like
Put on shit.
very different from a lot of what's been coming out of Chicago.
Yeah, you heard of Kels?
How you spell it?
Kels.
Nah.
His name Kels. You should listen to him. He hard.
Yeah, yeah.
He like
Alright, bet.
he definitely got some like different shit, different sound. He was just
Do they got like any young like lyrical rappers from Chicago? I ain't really
yeah.
heard
I mean, you know there is.
I wouldn't say he like.
snapping.
I wouldn't say like he's new, but like he's really like getting the recognition that he deserves. Like probably like Lucky, but like that's just
True, yeah. Lucky, because Lucky is bro.
And even he is, like,
new
new
or
genre,
early
bro.
Lucky, and even now like he dealing with shit now. But like early Lucky was hella lyrical,
Nah,
like
yeah, it was
alternative trap. That whole album is crazy as fuck.
I think Baby Chief going crazy too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Baby Chief.
That's true, Baby Chief. I love.
Yeah,
Baby
yeah, yeah.
Chief.
He
Yeah,
doing
he
this
fire.
shit.
Shit,
And he getting into. I feel like he getting into other shit too. Like one he young, he producing this shit. He like he
producing his
got
own
a good
music.
ass career. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir.
well, Chucky's also hard.
Oh yeah,
That's
Chucky.
crazy.
Chucky. Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to if you know any new talent out of Chicago.
Yeah, especially if they
put 'em on-
lyrical.
Put them on. Had to drop it in the comments. Had a discussion, of course. And yes, finally, well, what could we look forward next
Yeah.
with Vic Mensa?
Man, the album coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Finishing that up.
Yes, sir.
Fire. Next year.
TV shit,
Yeah,
next
okay.
year, and you know what I mean, just pushing it. You know what I mean, I might come on y'all side of the aisle, man, do some podcast.
Yeah.
shit, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
definitely.
That'd be hard.
I
Fire.
would say if
I
you
was gonna
got,
say we should do a stream or something. Like
Yeah, let's
that'd
do
be
it.
fire.
best believe we
Yeah.
don't be in
Yo,
the town.
can you do a stream with somebody like who's streaming from their crib? Like, can two accounts collab?
Yeah. We
They
collab.
can. They can. They can stream at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time together.
Yeah.
That's
Share viewers, all type of shit.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that'd be fire. Yeah, we should do that.
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
let's
gonna
do
be
that.
we gonna be in
Yeah.
to interact with it. So yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In due time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Before we
man.
go, where can they find
Yeah,
you
where can they
at?
find you?
Yes, sir.
At Vic Mensa everywhere.
Yes,
Yes,
sirski.
sir.
That's
One last thing. One last thing. You gotta look at the camera. You gotta tell them to like and subscribe.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know y'all gotta like and subscribe to the Jam, man. It's the illest shit, man.
Yes, sirski.
You heard.
You
what he
heard.
said.
You heard
Be
him.
like pussyfoot in the bottom, man.
You already here, gang. Just
do
do
what you gotta
it.
do.
Just do
Click
it.
the button.
Appreciate
We
you.
hope that you and your families have a wonderful holiday season.
Yes.
If
Merry
y'all
Christmas.
gonna eat the dinners, if y'all gonna do the presents, enjoy all that. Enjoy the time with your family, you know, and enjoy all the great moments that you can create through that, especially when it's cold outside and people bullshitting in the White House.
Oh, God.
Yeah, written.
Personals, real quick.
Personals, you can follow us all along on our individuals, JOMJ, JOMJ8.
What you on, man?
AB the artist. Yes, sir.
SohoStudios.co.
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean?
And as always, have an awesome day or
What's
night,
your
wherever you
brand?
may be.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
it's his birthday, yeah.
Oh, man.
Telling you, gang.
That's all.
Telling you. You gotta see it when we
Where'd you make it at?
I had designed it on my PC on Photoshop, and then I had sent it to my manufacturer.
I'm saying, where'd you manufacture it? In China?
China, yeah,
Fire.
real dope.
Fire.
Nah.
You see that?
You heard? Hey,
Tap in with us.
Time.
you know what I mean? Don't do it that.
Have an awesome day or night wherever you may be. And see you.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Hey.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What are you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not do
Need
shit?
to
Like,
Click that I know you're not subscribed. Click it.
cool.